Hello, Chris Buick here for UK Film Review, here to tell you all about the documentary film Hobby Hustle. So, as I said, Hobby Hustle is a documentary from filmmaker Michael Dault, and this film explores the hobby or pastime, I guess, of the buying, collecting, and selling of sports memorabilia and trading cards, with a specific focus on trading cards and specifically, again, baseball cards. The film is essentially made up of three main stories. Story one is about a young man named Luke, who is a major trading card enthusiast, who, as we meet at the opening of the film, is months away from opening his own actual real bricks and mortar shop for trading cards. And the film kind of tracks him from how he started out on YouTube with just a few videos opening packs of baseball cards, and how, but now this has become his passion. He has become an icon, a celebrity within the community. He's full of knowledge, full of passion about what he does and what he loves, and it's a really inspiring story about making a career out of something you really love. The second story it actually explores something that's quite prominent and darker side of the industry, of the hobby. It follows a person named Cliff, who started out himself as an aspiring baseball player from a very young age all the way up through teens and college, but and had dreams of making it in the big leagues, but for various reasons actually ended up becoming the head of one of the biggest forgery networks of sports memorabilia the industry has seen. Faking autographs and items, essentially buying up sports equipment from local stores, signing it themselves and selling them online to collectors for vast sums of money, which grew into this massive operation that he was ultimately convicted for. The final story is one that does bring us back to the more heartwarming side of things. This is the story of Karl Kissnerm. He is the man behind what is known as the Black Swamp Find, one of the biggest finds of rare and old baseball cards ever recorded. He actually discovered them buried away in a box in his relative's attic as they were clearing it out. And it turns into this moment that changes not just his life, but his whole family's life, extended family's life forever. So these are the three core stories that we follow throughout the film. However, Dault does sprinkle in a few smaller stories from other individuals within the community who really help give a deeper context to the whole thing, especially if you are completely unfamiliar with this world. It's worth noting that this film is over 2.5 hours long, which might seem daunting at first, but actually I think Dault does very well to structure the whole thing in such a way that you get part of the first story, and then we move on to the first part of the second story, and then there's some contextual segments in between as we loop round and round, and it really does work in keeping things fresh, keeping things moving, and most importantly keeping things interesting, because there's a lot of references in here people might not know, especially if you're unfamiliar with baseball, which, like I say, it predominantly focuses on things like past players, etc. But the film does do a very good job of guiding you through all that, making sure terms like holy grail cards and breaking are explained so you don't end up feeling lost. And it does cover an absolute ton of stuff. It talks about the beginnings of the hobby, the way it brings people together, its darker sides, like I said, with the scammers and the forgers. It's full of interesting people with different perspectives and reasons for getting into the hobby, and it really does cover all bases. So if collecting of anything is something you're into, or even if you're not, I think Hobby Hustle is a very interesting film made with a heap of passion and respect for its subject and the people within it. So yeah, I suggest you check it out.